Hi my loves, thanks for returning. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be on cool and neutral tone eyeshadow palettes. I have a few affordable as well as high-end palettes that I'd like to show you, so if you're interested, then just keep watching. Okay, so as we all know, cool tones are typically your blues, your purples, your greens, your taupey type of colors, your mauve type of colors. So those are the shades that I'm going to be concentrating on, the cool tones. So I have to let you know that some of the palettes that I'm going to talk about are not all cool tones or neutral tones, which means that it may be a pop of warm tone shades here and there, but majority of these palettes are going to be cool tones. So if you're still interested, then let's get to it. So I want to start off with some Pat McGrath palettes, and I want to start off with her Mothership 1 Subliminal palette. And I know you all are all familiar with this palette because this is the one that has the pop of blue in it. And as you can see, there is the beautiful blue. Here is a taupey type of mauve color, and you have some more taupes right here, and you have a muted down gold, if you will, with some cool undertones. And this is just a beautiful palette. If you're a fan of cool tones, definitely check this one out. Even though it looks like you may not be able to get a lot of looks with this, you can get a look surrounding this blue, of course. You can get a smoky look. You can get a look surrounding this taupey color, as well as concentrating on some of these shades down here and deepening up the eye with the black. So yeah, if this seems like something that floats your boat, definitely check it out. And the next one that I have is another Pat McGrath. This is the Platinum Bronze palette. And as you can see, this is pretty much a cool tone palette. It's full of taupes and muted down browns, and even the gold that's in here is very muted. This is a classic, in my opinion, cool tone palette. If you are interested in cool tones and don't really want to pick up the larger 10-pan Pat McGrath palette that I just showed, definitely check this one out. So next I have another Pat McGrath, but this is going to be my last Pat McGrath palette. This is the Subliminal Dark Star. But before I show you the palette, I just want to let you all know that LeliLivingLife gifted me with this palette. I was totally floored when I opened up the box. Thank you so much, Leli. I really enjoy Pat McGrath, as you know. And Leli has a channel here on YouTube, and on her channel she basically focuses on showing affordable products that are dupes to higher end products. So if there is a high-end product out there that you're interested in and you're looking for a dupe, she is going to have that dupe for you. Head on over to her channel. It's full of videos like that. Love you, Leli, and thank you again so much for this palette. Now let's get into this pretty baby. The packaging looks like this, and I'm sure you all have seen it all over the YT. And the packaging is even in a cool tone teal, as you can see. And this is one of the palettes where I told you that it may have a pop of gold here and there, but as you can see, you've got your blue, you've got your deep plum, purple, you have a gray, and you have a black. And really this gold right here, if you ask me, it has a cool undertone. This is a gorgeous palette, and I really like the way Pat McGrath stayed within the cool tone family in all of her Subliminal palettes, and this palette is just so gorgeous. I can't wait to do some looks with this. And yeah, if you're interested in cool tones and you like these plums and deep blues and grays, definitely check this one out. This next palette is by Butter London. This is a shimmering palette, and this is the Glazing Shimmering Eye Palette. And all of these shades, in my opinion, are cool tone, except for one. There is a gold tone shade right here, but all of them are muted pinks, muted grays, and some silvers. It's really pretty, in my opinion. And if you're looking for a shimmery palette with some cool tone that you can really add some drama, if you will, to your eye, definitely check this one out. All of the shades in this palette are really creamy and soft. I got this palette from Ulta. If you're ever in there, check this one out. It is so pretty. All right, and this next one is by Maybelline. This is the Smokes eyeshadow palette, and all of these are cool tones. As you can see, again, you have the blues, you have the grays, you have some cool tone neutrals, a deep dark purple here. All of this entire palette is a cool tone palette. And if you like cool tones and you like smoking your cool tones out, your eye looks out, definitely check this one out. This one is amongst the affordable line, and I really do feel as though this is a good palette. You can get some really good looks with this palette. So yeah, next time you're in Ulta or Walgreens or wherever and you see this palette and you like cool tones, definitely check it out. All right, and next I have the LORAC palette, and this is the LORAC Pro 2 palette. And this is her cool tone palette. Again, there's that blue, there's the muted gray. You have a dark muted gray and a light muted gray. You have some silvers and some plums right here, and you have some neutrals right here, and of course you have a green. I really enjoy using this palette, and I really do like LORAC's eyeshadow palettes. They are really soft and silky, and they blend really well. They do still sell this palette. I have seen this palette offered at Ulta as well as Kohl's, and I'm sure there are a million more places where you can find this palette, but LORAC hands down has some of the best eyeshadows out there on the market. All right, and this next one is by MAC. This is the Classic Cutie Girls collection, and it looks like this, and the shadows are pretty much the same color as the outside packaging. All of these are muted light mauve type of purples, and these shadows are really pretty. They do take some building up, but they are very sparkly. I do think that if you do use the shades out of this palette, use a lighter base or concealer so the shadows can pop, but these shades are really pretty. They still sell this at Macy's if I'm not mistaken, and next time you're there, definitely check it out and swatch it. But this is a really cute cool tone palette. Okay, next I do have the Norvina palette, and this palette is really pretty to me. I have done some looks with this that I have really enjoyed. I have medium skin tone, and I feel as though the colors did pop on me really well. These shadows are very soft and creamy. The shimmers and metallics are. The mattes are really soft and blendable. You do have the purple right here, and you have some cool tone purples and mauves up above, and down below some muted out browns and mauves, and of course you have a cream shadow right here. This is a very pretty palette, and I think all skin tones could benefit from it. If these seem like something you like, definitely check it out. This next palette has been discontinued at some of the major stores, but you can still catch it on Poshmark. You can catch it on eBay, Amazon, and this would be the Naked Smokey palette. I mean, how could I even do a video without mentioning this palette? This is another one that is just full of cool tone shades. If you are one that is big on smoky eye looks and you really enjoy cool tones, definitely check this one out. It's got some really pretty shades in here. All right, and this next one is the Sephora Pro Cool Tone palette, and this palette is awesome. I really like it. I enjoy doing looks with it. I have created a lot of pretty looks with this palette. This palette is kind of on the pricier side, ranging at $68, but I really do feel as though it's worth it because you get mattes, you get some shimmers, some metallics, and you really can do a lot with this palette. So next time you're in Sephora, check it out. And the last palette that I want to mention that you can still find on the internet but not at the major stores is the Urban Decay Original Naked palette. That's the palette that I have on my eyes now, and this, in my opinion, is a neutral palette. You do have mostly neutral cool tones in this palette, and you do have some deeper shades here on the end, but this is a really pretty palette. I think that the look that I have on now is really nice. I do tend to think that brighter cool tone shades look better on me and not necessarily the neutral shades, but I still feel as though I could pull it off. I would wear a palette like this every day to work. Something that is neutral, cool is pretty, and it's something that is universally accepted in a work environment. So yeah, if you're still interested in this palette, I think I made a mistake. I think that it may still be sold for $27. You can definitely check it out on either Sephora or Ulta. So that is pretty much it. Those are just a few of the cool tone eyeshadow palettes that I wanted to share with you. Do you have any cool tone palettes that you enjoy using? Do you even like cool tone shades? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, smooches.